All righty, we want to welcome you guys to the Travorium overview. It is Wednesday night. I got my lovely wife, Ms. Gina, here to kick things off, but we're going to have an incredible night tonight. We're going to bring on some guests. We're going to cover some information we've never covered before, but Ms. Gina, take it away.
All righty. Well, thank you, Todd, and welcome everyone to our Wednesday call. For everybody joining us our call, as you come on the line, go ahead and type in your name in the chat, either on Zoom or Facebook. Also, let us know where you are coming in from tonight. We'd like to hear where all of our guests are coming from. So we are a travel company, and we are going to show you tonight how it is possible to travel more, travel better, and earn free travel by joining our company. And welcome everybody to our Wednesday night call. My name is Gina, and along with my husband, Todd Strand, we are coming live to you from Southern California, and we want to welcome all of our guests this evening. So there is a secret in the travel industry, and we will demonstrate with you tonight how it is possible that the average family can travel and travel at travel agent rates and without breaking into their savings account. You know, for my husband and I, it all started when our daughter got a Division I scholarship to play softball back in Illinois. Well, with us, there it is, with us living in Southern California, you can imagine, as we're following her around the country, watching her play, everything started getting expensive for us, whether it's rental cars, hotels, airfare, that all started adding up. So we started looking for ways that we could save money on travel, and we were introduced to Travorium. We soon started using their travel portal and found out that it was possible that we could actually save money on hotels. And we started saving 50, 60, sometimes actually 70% off hotel rates. So as you can imagine, we started sharing that with the other parents on the team, and they started sharing it with friends and family as well. Well, before joining Travorium, Todd and I knew of one person outside the United States, and she lived in Canada, or lives in Canada. Now our business is spread to over 63 countries. Everybody just sharing this great concept. So about 11 months ago, because of the way our business has just taken off and the income has just, boomed for us, I was able to walk away from my corporate job of 20 years. And now my husband and I, we travel together, and we continue to share this with other families as well. So let's go ahead and get started, Todd. You got the slides ready? You're on mute, Todd, I think.
I said I do, but we got back from Europe about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. We are headed to Cabo San Lucas tomorrow. We're taking our daughter, our son-in-law, our two grandkids out of Cabo for the Easter weekend. We actually booked on the travel portal, saved a bloody fortune. Now, when we get back from that trip, I know we are going to North Dakota, Philadelphia. We get back from that trip, we're going to Lake Tahoe. We get back from that trip, we're going to Cancun, Louisville, Kentucky, then back up to Tahoe, then to Paris, Portugal. So anyway, that's what we're doing the next 3 months. And again, guys, we are in the travel space. You are going to learn how you can travel for less, how you can travel for free, and how you can turn fun into fortune, passion into profit, showing people how to do the one thing they've always dreamed of doing, but how they can do it at a price they never knew was possible. Now, number one, our company is not new. We are now in our 10th year. Get the slides here. Now in our, we just completed our 10th year of business. We just began our 11th year in business. Our company is debt free. As my wife mentioned, we've spread to 63 different countries. We get bigger. We've been adding more languages. I'm trying to get the slideshow to open. Okay, there we go. We've been adding more languages. All right, adding more languages all the time. We currently have customer service in 4 different languages. We're getting ready to add a 5th language as we speak. That would be the Russian language. Again, we have a home office, a beautiful home office in Temecula, California. We have a corporate presence in Madrid, Spain, and Cartagena, Colombia. The company has paid out tens of millions of dollars all around the globe. The paychecks go out on time, every time, as they have, for the past 10 years. Our CEO and founder, by the way, was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. By the way, guys, I just realized that you have to click a button so I don't give you guys shadows. Otherwise, you get these gray boxes that show up. Hold on real quick. We'll go back here. All right, so we should be good now. So our CEO and founder, as I mentioned, was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. That's not me saying that. That is Inc. magazine saying that. And so he's one of the better entrepreneurs on the entire planet. And we are going into the single largest industry in the world. Now, one of the reasons that matters is that business consultants, business publications, business schools can tell you that your chances of success are in direct proportion to the size of the industry that you are going into, meaning the more niche the industry, the smaller the industry, the harder it is to succeed. And the bigger the industry, the more likely you are going to succeed. Well, you can't do any better than travel, the single largest industry on the entire planet. In fact, travel is so big, nothing's even remotely close. Travel is at 9 trillion, biggest industry on the planet. During the pandemic, travel sales plummeted all the way to 4.7 trillion. And at 4.7 trillion, half the normal sales amount, it was still the single largest industry in the world. Nothing even remotely comes close to the size and the magnitude of this industry. Why? Because it's the one thing everybody wants to do. It's the one thing, if you ask people, I don't care where they live, what language they speak, what religion they practice, it doesn't matter. Human beings are all inherently about the same. When we're happy, we smile. When we are laughing, we all laugh the same way. And of course, the one thing we all want to do is take care of our families, make more money. And everyone's got this dream of traveling the world, going different places, going on vacations. And when you can show people how to make that happen, again, at a price they never knew was possible, that's where the magic happens. Again, our company doubled in size even during the pandemic. A travel offering so enticing that even a pandemic did not slow it down. And it's because, one, we allow people to book at the travel agent rate. Now, what does that mean? It means you can book travel without all the markup. And when you get rid of all that markup from Expedia, all that markup from Priceline, you'll find out that you can book rooms, again, 70% off. I had a gentleman just today. Her room was actually, excuse me, not a gentleman. It was with Tatiana and her lady. Her lady's name was, why am I forgetting? I should know this. On the tip of my tongue. I quit thinking about think of it. Nice, super nice lady out of New York. She was going to Caesar's Palace. She was going to be there. And I pulled up the dates for like next week, and we were like 83% off. And so I went and pulled up Expedia site. I got our site open, Expedia site open. And on Expedia site, it was $1,018 on our site. Exact same room, exact same day, exact same everything. We were like $240. I mean, again, we were 83% off. I mean, she was absolutely blowing away. And I go, we could sit and do this all day. So when you get rid of all that markup, you can book travel for way less. Number two, you can get involved in our company. And if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, that's how it happened for my wife and I. We're traveling with the softball team, all those other softball parents. They saw the rate we were paying versus the rate they were paying. And a lot of like, hey, how'd you get that rate? You know what I mean? And so they were begging us for a link. And so we got 3 people instantaneously. In fact, we got 3 people so fast, we got a second account. My wife's got an account. I got an account. She told 3, I told 3. Well, we're now earning roughly 6 trips per year that cost us nothing because our membership costs us nothing. When you tell 3 at that moment, the membership is no longer coming off your credit card. The membership is no longer costing you anything on an ongoing basis, but you're getting the benefits of the membership, which again, if you're doing the platinum membership, which most people do, that's 3 actual vacations per year. And then finally, our few told a few who told a few, it began to spread all over the world, as my wife described, and that has turned into a 7-figure business for us. And guys, again, we're no big deal. I mean, my wife managed a Kohl's department store for 20 years. It's only because this thing, took off because we're showing people how to make their dreams come true. And when you can show people how to do something they've always wanted to do, guess what? Money ensues. So whether you're somebody that wants to travel for less, whether you're somebody that wants to earn free travel, you're somebody that wants to earn a little part-time money, or you're somebody that wants to earn some big-time money, that's what this presentation is all about. Now, when it comes to travel, we can save you money in all of the normal arenas, hotels, resorts, cruises, rental cars, excursions, show tickets, concert tickets, NFL tickets, Legoland tickets, Six Flags, shopping, dining, all kinds of ways to save an absolute fortune. in our back office. Now, the dirty secret to the travel business is the fact that there's a monopoly. And if you've not seen the video from NBC News Los Angeles, I want to encourage you to get back with whoever invited you to be here and ask them for a copy of that video. Because when you get to watch that video, you're going to find out that this is NBC News speaking, that Expedia and Priceline own every single travel site you can think of. And so NBC begins the video off saying, you think you're price shopping? Guess again. As you go from site to site to site, these guys are literally sitting back laughing, going, I wonder who they're going to choose, because the money's coming to the same place no matter who you choose. The fix was in. And to give you a specific example, my own daughter, she was looking to book her honeymoon to the Maldives, and she was getting one of those private bungalows where you got the water all around you. You got the glass bottom floor. You got to see the fishy swimming below your feet. You got a jacuzzi tub on your back balcony or your back deck, and you can jump off your back deck straight into the ocean. Okay. So these rooms, which are incredible, they go for $10,000 on Expedia's website. The exact same place, the exact same day, the exact same everything on our site was $6,000. Now, occasionally I get people say, well, come on, Todd, Expedia, that's a big company. There's no way you guys are getting a better rate than Expedia. To which I always reply, you are 100% correct. We do not have a better rate than Expedia. That's what I've been trying to tell you. The rate is $6,000. Expedia chose to mark it up to $10,000, then buy up every other site you can think of, so that as you go price shop, you see $10,000 in every site you check, thinking, well, it must be 10 grand because all the other sites have it at 10 grand. And that's how they became a top 10 internet company in the world, making billions and billions and billions of dollars every single month, although they do not own anything travel related. They don't own a hotel. They don't own a car rental agency. They don't own a cruise. They don't own a resort. How are they making billions and billions and billions, just like Google, Facebook, Alibaba, Amazon, and all the rest? Because they own a monopoly. And so again, guys, we're giving people an alternative, how to get rid of all that markup. And when you do, all day long, we can shatter the prices of what you see at the other kinds of places, right? This is the Paradise Point Hotel San Diego. Their price $1,307. You can see our price is $665. That is a $641 savings in 3 nights, guys. It's not like they marked it up $10. Captain Kirk's got to eat too. No, they marked it up $200 a night. At some level, that should offend you. At some level, that should tick you off. A lot of moms and dads save up all year dreaming of taking their kids to the San Diego Zoo and Sea World and all those kind of things, only to find out some internet site is jacking the price up, making it untenable, unaffordable for countless people all over the world. That ends now. Now, as good as all of that is not what made us big. What made us big is what I'm about to show you this very moment. It is our Dreamcation portal. And this is where we can show anybody anywhere on any budget how they can have an unbelievable vacation every single year. And the way it works is you join the membership, you get to book at the travel agent rate, but you're also going to be earning points every single month. Well, you can turn those points in for incredible vacations. As an example, my wife and I went to Cabo San Lucas, or we're leaving for Cabo again tomorrow, but we went to Cabo San Lucas several months ago, and we stayed at a place called Garza Blanca. Now, this is a 5-star resort. We had an oceanfront room. We were there 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. We just traded in our free points and went for $0 Nada, goose egg, zilch, cero dinero. It translates in every single language. Now, not all trips are free. Some are $199. Some are, when we were in Athens, that's $300. We were in Barcelona, that trip was $260, but you're traveling for virtually nothing. So you're earning all these points. You get one trip that doesn't require any points. You get enough points to buy 2 more trips. So we're talking 3 vacations per year if you're a platinum member. Okay. And this is an example of the kind of vacation that you're going to get. This is again Cabo San Lucas. This is actually, I think, Pueblo Bonito Resort at Sunset Beach. Another amazing resort, Cabo Azul. Tons of resorts down there in Cabo. Places you can go for 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. Earlier today, I pulled up an example for that same lady. Still haven't thought of her name. It'll come to me in 2 seconds. I pulled up an example for that same lady. I went to Asia. And when I pulled up Asia, there were 72 different places in Asia that where you could go for 7 nights, 8 days for practically zero, but many of them were zero. So there's no lack of places around the world that you can go. Now, oh, by the way, if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, at that moment, the membership is no longer costing you any money. At that moment, this is no longer coming off your credit card, because at that moment, you are now earning more than you're spending. Hence, your membership is now costing you $0.00, which means your points are costing you $0.00. You can take those free points and you can turn those in for vacations just like this all over the world. Now, I'm going to walk you through some of the different kinds of vacations we have, because we have different categories, because we have our getaways. In the getaway section, they're typically 7 nights, 8 days. And here you can get 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, full kitchen, living room, dining room, flat screen TV, fireplace, jacuzzi tub in the master suite. Maybe you don't want a 3-bedroom. Maybe you want a 2-bedroom. Maybe you want a 1-bedroom. You know what? Maybe you just want a little studio, right? We have all kinds of different types of rooms, but there's 454,000 weeks this very moment back there. In fact, for that same lady, stuff out of her name, it'll come to me, that I did with Miss Tatiana today. When I was showing her Florida, I pulled up, I think it was a property. We're not supposed to say the name. I pulled up a property. You would all recognize the name in 2 seconds. It's one of the most famous, luxurious brands when it comes to resorts. Anyway, I pulled it up. It was a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It sleeps 6 people, full kitchen, living room. They had a big jacuzzi tub with the Roman pillars around it, right in the middle of the living room. They had a spiral staircase that takes you up to the bedrooms. It is 10 minutes outside of Disney. Okay. Beautiful property, 5-star resort. You can be there 7 nights, 8 days, $154 after you trade in your points. Again, that was a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom. We have these kinds of places all over the world. There's no blackout dates. You can book them 365 days out of the year. There's no lack of inventory. There's always an amazing trip you can take. Now, those are our getaways. Now, take your family, book anytime you wish, have a great time. Don't forget to send me a postcard. Now, we also have our world tours. Now, what's the difference? So a getaway is where you're going to go with your family all on your own, have a great time. And a world tour is where all of us go to the same resort at the exact same time. So Gina and I just got back from Barcelona, Spain. When we were there in Barcelona, I don't know, there was like 600 people there. I mean, we were at this, 4-star property, breakfast included. We were right on the Mediterranean Sea. They had this whole rooftop. You could go to the swimming pool up there. They had all the lounge chairs up there, and you could see all of Barcelona. The Mediterranean Sea. You could see all of the European architecture, all of those churches and buildings that are older than our entire country. You can see all the mountains surrounding Barcelona. They played an Olympics there not that long ago. I mean, the place is absolutely spectacular. The food's amazing. The people are amazing. And you could be there for the entire world tour for $260. And you're going to find out as you go on some of these trips that it's not just the fact that you're in Barcelona, amazing. It's not just the fact that you're in this 4-star place, amazing. It's not just the fact that you're in there for $260, unbelievable. It's the fact that you're there with 600 other like-minded people. And when you get to meet people who are just like you, it's this unbelievable thing. You're like, oh my gosh, these are the greatest people in the world. Of course they are. They're just like you. And every time you meet someone, you're like, okay, you could be my new BFF. And by the time you're done with one of these trips, you're going to meet people from all over the world. Morocco, Dubai, Germany, Switzerland. You're going to meet people from Madagascar and Reunion Island, Mauritius Island, the Solomon Islands, places you didn't even know existed, places you're going to pull up a map and say, where do you live again? I mean, but what's all said and done, though, you're going to be hugging some of these people. I love you, man. And you're going to become friends for life. You're going to exchange information on Facebook, Instagram. And one of these days you're going to be at work and people will be talking about, oh, yeah, I got friends over there. How do you have friends in Morocco? How do you have friends in Madagascar? Who are you, James Bond? And so it's a part of the experience that until you've actually done it, it's hard to fully comprehend. But when you get on a trip and you go on one of these trips, you're like, okay, that was freaking awesome. When's the next one? And you'll understand why they're so popular and again, why we're growing. Now, when you go on these world tours, almost always breakfast is included. And when I say breakfast, I don't mean a little continental breakfast. I'm talking about they got the chefs there. They got the whole buffet there. When you're done with breakfast, you ain't going to need lunch. And so if you want to go to Cartagena, Colombia, breakfast included, 5 days, it's only $199. There's nobody on the planet that has that price for that place. You want to go to Rome, you're right in the heart of Rome. My wife and I were here just this past August. If you've never been to Rome, to go to the Vatican, to go to the Colosseum, to go to Palestine Hill. Now, by the way, here we are in the middle of Holy Week, right? Holy Thursday's tomorrow. Good Friday's the day after that. Easter's this Sunday. And when we were there in Rome, to be on Palestine Hill, Paul was in prison there, the great apostle Paul. And he wrote, half the New Testament while imprisoned in Rome. Well, the very walls that stood at the time when Paul was there still stand today. I mean, you're literally walking back at the time with the very walls where the Bible was written, the time of Christ himself. And so you feel like you're literally walking back in history. Now, to go to the Pantheon, a church that's 2,000 years old, to go to the town Montepulciano, where they have a church that's 2,500 years old. It was a temple and then eventually became a Christian church, but it's 500 years older than Christ himself. And to see that kind of history, and you're there for $500, if you had to book this the normal way, it's like $2,000 to be there in the heart of Rome. And so incredible. How about going to Jamaica? Here you're at the Grand Palladium. You have an oceanfront room, 24-hour room service, mini bar in your room. It's all the food, all the drinks, alcohol or otherwise. Everything's included. They have all these amazing restaurants. I mean, they got the Japanese steakhouse, they got the regular steakhouse, they got the French restaurant, the Italian restaurant, the Mexican restaurant, the Thai restaurant. When we were the one in Cancun, they had the Brazilian steakhouse. I mean, you're guaranteed to come back 10 pounds heavier. Anyway, amazing place, 5-star. You are there for less money than the cost of a Motel 6. Maybe you want to go to Portugal. You want to go to Budapest, Hungary. My wife and I went to Tenerife, Spain. Out of this world. This is the Hawaii of the Atlantic Ocean. So Hawaii is in the Pacific Ocean. They're the rugged volcanic isles. You have all these different islands. It's all from the volcano stuff, right? And it's absolutely incredible. Well, if you go to the Atlantic off the northern coast of Africa, this is the Hawaii of the Atlantic. It's called the Canary Islands. They're the rugged volcanic isles. You got all these little islands, all the ocean breezes, absolutely out of this world. You have to put it on your list. Phuket, Thailand. Now we got a good friend, Sandra Petit, who's there right this very moment. Our buddy Sandy, our buddy, Sandy Bakken, our buddy Danny Seguinal actually was here just not that long ago, stayed in that very room you see in the bottom right-hand corner. He walks out his door. All he sees is beach and ocean. You are literally in a private cottage on the beach. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the brand new $4.5 billion resort. 5-star that they just built on the strip. Can't tell you the name, but just go look up the latest $4.5 billion resort. You can figure it out. And anyway, you could be there for 5 days for $76. Are you kidding me? Sicily, Italy, Malaga, Spain. I just had good friends, Carmen and her husband just got back from there. Absolutely incredible. You want to go to Morocco, Cozumel, Dubai. You're at a 5-star waterfront property. That's a picture of your hotel. Can't tell you the name, but you can probably Google it and figure it out. One of the most iconic brands in the world, known for 5-star, known for elegance. Breakfast included for 3 people. The breakfast alone is $50 a day, by the way, guys. You're going to be there 6 days, total price $99. Punta Cana, we took our daughter and son-in-law and grandkids here, out of this world. Malta, Paris, France, we were here last year before we went to Rome. Athens, Greece, we were here not but 10 days ago. And by the way, guys, you see that picture of the Parthenon? By the way, just to show you guys, we're not doing any false advertising. Okay, you're going to stay in a 5-star place, breakfast included. That is the picture I took from my balcony. You get when they say you get the Acropolis view, you get the view of the Acropolis, which is where the Parthenon is. You have a balcony so big that you have 2 different doors that go to the balcony. A door off the main bedroom and a door off the little living room area. Huge balcony. You can see the ocean, all of Athens, Greece. And right there is the Parthenon. Again, that is the picture I took with this phone from my balcony. You can be there for $300. And all of the Greek islands, with all the Greek mythology, with the Parthenon. By the way, the oldest stadium in the world. It's 1,500 years old. It's the only stadium that's made, it's made of pure marble. Again, the stadium, the entire stadium is made of pure marble. Again, 1,500 years. They still have the seats there where the king and queen would come to watch the spectacle of the games. This is when they light the Olympic torch in Olympia. They bring the torch to this stadium to be handed off to the host nation. To stand there in the stadium is to stand there in the middle of sports history. It was incredible to see the countless people that would come and just do one lap around the track, just to see that I ran around the same track as some of the most iconic and notable figures going back 1,500 years in history. I mean, it's unbelievable to be there in Athens. How about going to Hawaii, oceanfront, Crete, Greece, all inclusive? That is a view of your room, everything included, all the drinks, all the food, everything. And that's your view for $319. So I need to say anything else, guys. And that's just a fraction. That is just a sampling of the kind of trips that we have with our company. Now, you can get involved in the company. We have 3 different levels of membership. We got small, medium, and the one everybody does. So the small is $99 to get started, $49 a month. That allows you to book at the travel agent rate. You can save a fortune. The medium, $179 to get started, $69 a month. You get to book at the travel agent rate, and you're getting basically 1 vacation per year. And then we have the one that everybody does, which is the platinum. It's $299 to get started, $125 per month. You get the travel agent rate, save a fortune. And here you're getting not 1, not 2, 3 incredible trips per year. Now, one of the reasons that people do the platinum is that most people recognize I'm going to get 3. I defy you to not get 3. You cannot go on the kinds of trips we've been on. You cannot stay in Vegas, for $200 when Expedia is charging $1,000 and not find somebody who says, hey, that sounds kind of interesting. Can I sign up too? I mean, you would literally have to be a secret agent, right? Act like you're in the CIA. How'd you get that rate? I tell you, but then I have to kill you. I mean, you'd have to do something like that to not sign up 3 people. So if you're going to get 3 people anyway, right? And when you get 3 people, what's the membership cost you? Absolutely nothing. 0, nada, goose egg. So if you're going to get 3 anyway, would you rather have more vacations or less? Would you rather have better pricing or worse, right? So that's why everybody does the platinum. Now, when you go out and tell 3, guess what? Your 3 want to tell 3. Their 3 want to tell 3. Their 3 want to tell 3. You're not the only one that likes getting the membership for nothing, okay? And so that creates the social sharing ripple effect. When you think about Facebook, Facebook has 2 billion users. Now, did Facebook ever run a commercial on television? No. Did they ever once run an advertisement on the radio or in a magazine? No. So how do you get 2 billion users when you've never once advertised? Oh, that's right. I invited my friends, and my friends invited their friends, and their friends invited their friends, and their friends invited their friends. That made Mark Zuckerberg one of the 10 richest men in the world. Now, he made billions because of the customers that you and I brought. Did he share any of that money with you? Any? Does he even send you a holiday card? No, right? He just kept that money. Thanks for playing. Well, guess what, guys? We share the money. We track all that activity. We track everything that happens. And by the way, the number one thing shared on social media happens to be travel. Now, I want you to understand just how powerful this really is. On the screen here, you see Pastor Guy and Pastor Deborah Taylor. Just 2 very, very amazing people. In fact, we were just with Deborah in San Antonio, Texas for her big event. Now, when Pastor Guy and Pastor Deborah got involved with our company, they were in their early 60s. They were semi-retired, loved to travel. So they get started. So they go out and tell 3 people right away. So Deborah has her account. She tells 3 people. Her membership costs her how much now? Oh, that's right. Nothing. And then Guy tells 3 people. His membership costs him how much? That's right. Nothing. So between the 2 of them, they're earning ballpark 6 vacations per year. So they're living in resorts, visiting home. He was travel guy and she was travel girl, and they were having the time of their life. Deborah had built her business to about $3,000 a month. Guy had built his business to about $2,000 a month. Well, then, 21 months ago, Guy went to be with the Lord. And so Guy passed away. But although Guy went to heaven, right, his business didn't go away. All those customers that were part of his business, that book of business he had built, they kept wanting to travel. They kept wanting to save money on travel. So therefore, that $2,000 check he was earning continues to come in every single month. Well, all of those customers had an incentive to tell 3 other people. I wonder why that is. Oh, that's right. Because if I tell 3 people, my membership's no longer coming off my credit card. So they all had an incentive to tell 3 people. So the customer base starts getting bigger. So guy goes from making $2,000 a month to making $3,000 a month to making $4,000 a month to making $5,000 a month. Well, guy just became an ambassador in our company, which means he went to his ballpark $100,000 a year. So that means that he went from earning $24,000 per year at the time of his passing to making over $100,000 today. That means he increased his income by $75,000 per year in the past 21 months since he went to heaven. He's increased his income by more money than the average American household's even making. And he's not even here on planet Earth. That is the power of what we're describing. That is the power of showing people how to travel for less, how to earn free travel, and how to do something that we all love doing, travel, and turn that into an amazing side business. Whether you just want to make an extra $500 a month or whether you want to make $500,000. I mean, it doesn't matter either number. You can, it's all based on your effort. And we have an incredible composition program, and it begins by just telling 2. You have a left leg, you have a right leg. And if you can build 2 legs, you're going to build them straight down, infinitely deep. You can begin to make money. Now, I'm going to pretend that you bring on 4 people. Why 4? Well, we know when you get 3, it's no longer coming off your credit card, right? When you get 3, it's no longer costing you anything. But if you get 4, I got 2 on the left, 2 on the right, want to keep the legs even. So you bring on 4 people. If you can help your 4 people get a couple people each, that gives you 8 customers in the left leg, 8 customers in the right leg. That means that your residual check now is $400 to $700 per month. You're making an extra $5,000 to $8,000 per year. Well, if you can get your 8 on the left and 8 on the right to tell a couple people each, well, that's going to take you to a place where you got 25 customers on the left and 25 customers on the right. That means that you are now earning ballpark $2,000 per month. Now, I want to give a shout out to Lloyd out of Florida. He's brand new, just signed up tonight with Gina and I. And when I was talking to Lloyd on the phone, he loves to travel. He's still doing some construction, but he wants to retire and supplement his income. I said, well, how much money would you like to make on a monthly basis to supplement that income? He goes, man, if I can make $2,000 a month, that would really help. I'm like, well, Lloyd, it's 25 left, 25 right. I got some people get there in 2 weeks. I mean, what are we waiting for? And so again, I mean, not everybody gets there in 2 weeks. Some people it takes them 2 months. Some people it takes them 2 quarters. But obviously, if some people are doing it in 2 weeks, it's obviously something highly doable. And so, I mean, he's like, I love to travel. He saw the videos of our trips. And so I'm in. I mean, guys, I'm in. That's what he says. So Lloyd signed up. Congratulations, Lloyd. Welcome aboard. Brand new partner as of tonight. And so again, you got 25 on the left, 25 on the right, making a couple grand a month. Well, if you can help those 25 on the left, 25 on the right, tell a couple people each. Well, guess what? Now you got 63 on the left, 63 on the right. That's going to take your check now to that $3,000 per month neighborhood. Well, if you can help your 63 on the left, 63 on the right, get just 1 person each, that gives you 125 left, 125 right. You are now in that $5,000 per month neighborhood. Okay, you're now earning in that $60,000 per year category, and you're still part-time. Now, if you can help your 125 on the left and 125 on the right, bring on 1/2 person each. Okay, so you just need half your team to bring on 1 person. That's going to give you 188 on the left, 188 on the right. You have a team of 376 people. Now, I was talking to Lloyd tonight. He's been around the industry for a short while, seeing other companies. I said, Lloyd, you've been around for a while. He's like, yeah, I've seen a lot of companies. I go, is 376 people a big team? He's like, no, Todd, that's a tiny, tiny team for our industry. So exactly. 188 left, 188 right. My buddy Eager, I just got here in 5 months. Cynthia Sly got here in 6 months. Tatiana got here in 8 months. These are our last 3 ambassadors. I mean, so again, if some people are getting here in 5 months and some 6 months and some 8 months, maybe it takes you 50 months, but it's $100,000 a year residual income, money coming in week after week, month after month, whether you work or not. Okay. You can go sit on a beach, drink out of a coconut. The check keeps showing up. Okay. So, I mean, again, you could be here. It's just a matter of you mentally decide I want to go there. And so you're now in that $100,000 per year neighborhood. Well, from here, the check only goes higher as the team continues to grow, as the customer base continues to grow, as people want to get their three and they bring on more customers. That's going to earn you more money, take you all the way to $3,200 a day, over $1 million per year. There's all kinds of other perks for getting involved in our company. They take you shopping at Louis Vuitton. And I'm going to back out here and bring my wife back on because it's been an amazing program, the Louis Vuitton experience. That we're a female dominated company. If you guys can't tell, we have tons of men here too, but we have the ladies are crushing it. And for the program that was put together, it's just been an absolute smash hit. So Ms. Gina, from your perspective, because obviously you were beyond excited to go here, maybe describe what this experience means.
Yes, I was beyond excited to go here, and it's absolutely amazing experience. So one of the benefits when you become an ambassador with our company is actually Adela Hart created this perk, this special, very special experience for all the ambassadors, is you get to go on a personalized shopping trip with David and Adela Hart. And when you go on that shopping experience, they take you into Louis Vuitton, and then you're escorted up to a private room where you're served champagne, sparkling water, macaroons, and maybe some other, cookies and treats. And then you're given a personal shopper who helps you with your entire experience. Lets you look at other bags, really gives you your time, talks to you about what you want, what you like, what your style is. And it's just a really amazing experience. And what you see here on the screen, this is actually last summer when we were in Paris. We were there for a conference, and it was also a world tour. And David and Adela took all the ambassadors to a Louis Vuitton shopping experience. So we first of all were able to, they transported us in one of those really nice vans and took us over to, there you go, and took us over to the 4-story Louis Vuitton in Paris, France. And as we show up and we are getting off the van, they have roped off the entrance so that nobody else can get in. And they are, those people are outside waiting, and they're waiting over an hour. And here we are being escorted and walking in. All the Louis Vuitton staff is out there waiting for us. They're dancing with Adela, just a great experience. So as we are walking in, we're starting to take pictures because we're so excited about everything. Well, all of the people on the street started taking pictures as well of us because they kept wondering, who are those people? They must be celebrities, somebody special, because they're getting a personal invitation in, and here we are in this long line waiting. So what an amazing, just to walk in the doors there. But once we got inside, we were escorted up. I think we were up on the 4th story into the private salon. And again, they gave us, champagne, sparkling water, macaroons. And then we all just sat around and talked and took pictures. And then again, they assigned us each our very own personal shopper. And the personal shoppers are just above anything else you've ever had before. They are really just, what do you want? How can I help you? Here, let me give you more champagne. It was just an awesome experience. And it's something so truly amazing for every ambassador to be a part of.
I mean, absolutely incredible depiction there. And again, guys, that's what our company's about, giving people experiences they've never had before, whether it be travel experiences. I mean, again, it's not just traveling for less. It's not just traveling more. It's traveling better. I mean, again, you're going to 5-star properties, the kind of places that, quite frankly, you probably wouldn't stay in if it wasn't for us. I mean, if you couldn't go there for next to nothing, you'd probably never stay there because it costs so much money to be at the Grand Hyatt, to be at the Wynn, to be at the kinds of places that we go to, and the kind of experiences we get. You probably just wouldn't do it on your own. Most ladies are not going to go book Louis Vuitton and book the private salon with the private shoppers and the endless macaroons and champagne. Why? Because it costs tens of thousands to have that kind of experience. But when the company does it, you get to go there for nothing, and they buy you a Louis Vuitton. You're like, Yeah, I can be there for that. So again, we're giving people experiences they would never have otherwise. We're a company where dreams come true. And I don't want you guys to take our word for it. I brought on a couple of people tonight. We got Kyle from Las Vegas, Nevada. We got my main man, Damon here, always styling the hats, right? But these are two guys that have both been on trips with our company. They came here like anybody else, like all of you, like, hey, is this real? Is this true? You know what I mean? And they had to do their own due diligence. They had to go on the trips. And of course, now they've been on countless trips with the company. And so they didn't know they were coming on tonight. If you get on a Zoom with me, I just click on your name and say, hey, you want to come on? And so they had no idea they were coming on tonight. But Damon, I'm going to go to you first and have you maybe just kind of share with everybody some of the trips that you and your lady have been on just in the last couple of years. And Bo, I can now see your fiance.
Well, thank you. Yes, absolutely. So just giving it back to you, Todd. Thank you for having me on the call, and Gina as well. Just me a chance to share my story. As always, just fun. I like telling people about these trips because the proof is in the story. So one of our favorite trips that we were able to go on to was right here in our own backyard, Colorado, and it's ski territory. And so we were able to book a 2-bedroom resort for a whole week stay in the Winter Park area, which is here in Colorado. And 8 days, 7 nights. At that time, we paid only $60 plus the taxes and fees came up to like $107 for the whole week stay. And that was 2-bedroom, full kitchen, it had a jacuzzi in it. It had sleep number beds. I didn't know my number, but I know it now. And my lady and my 2 kids went with me, my 2 youngest boys, and they had an amazing time. We went on the tubing hill and, we did everything fun in Winter Park. We took like a week's worth of groceries with us. So we were cooking and, just having a good time on that trip.
That's incredible. What about the trip? Tell about the trip when you took Janice to New Jersey took her to Atlantic City for her birthday.
Oh yeah. So we took a trip to Atlantic City for her birthday, which is in March. We can always just do it up big during March. Well, it was spring break weekend. And so most of the places were sold out, or as anybody knows, just extremely high prices during the spring break weekend. Well, we were able to find a spot that on Expedia or bookings was sold out, but through Travorium, through our back office website, we were able to find a whole week stay. And for that, it was a 2-bedroom available. And that was right during her birthday weekend, which was the 13th of March. And then we booked it from I think maybe like the 12th through the 19th. And so we were there, and it was another 2-bedroom, really nice resort with a full kitchen. It had a balcony, it had a jacuzzi, 2 king-size beds, and the view, it was like on the 39th floor of the Wyndham, and it was a whole view of the ocean, the whole Atlantic City, the whole pier, and the skyline. We were able to catch sunsets, sunrises. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I know you also went to Hawks Cay. You took the whole family to Disney. You went on the trip to San Diego. We saw you in San Antonio. I know you got trip after trip, but it seems like every trip you go on, you have a jacuzzi tub in the room. I don't know. It's like, is that just by luck, or do you specifically look for the jacuzzi tub?
Yeah, I kind of look for the jacuzzi tub suites, just because if the outside and outdoor pool area is just not where you want to be at, then you can just experience right at the room. So. Oh, and the 24-hour. When we went to in Florida, we went through the inventory, and it was Memorial Day weekend. And we took all our kids to Disney World. We booked another 2-bedroom. Obviously, we got a big family, so the 2 bedrooms are pretty. So the two-bedroom had a jacuzzi. It was like a full-size hot tub. And it also had a balcony, and it had a 24-hour pool. It had a 24-hour jacuzzi. Just in case anybody needs to know, it's called this. And it's not even one of our best resorts for Florida, but it was just one that was available. And I didn't know it was, that many amenities. It was really nice too.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hey, Damon, say hi to Janice. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And now we're going to swing over to Mr. Kyle in Las Vegas, Nevada. For everyone that doesn't know, by the way, Damon works in the car rental agency. So he's been in the travel industry for quite some time on the car rental side of things. Over here, we got Kyle, who's worked for resorts in one form or capacity his pretty much entire life in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, you guys may not know this, but Las Vegas, they know something about resorts. They know something about amenities. This is where they bring in all those, rich, people that fly in on their own private jets and want to be put up in the penthouse suites. And I mean, those crazy rooms you see on television. Kyle knows resorts. Now, Kyle, you being an expert on resorts and travel, how many trips have you been on with Travorium?
I'm still at 29.
Only 29. I've only been on 29 vacations. That's it.
Yeah, I'm saving up the travel points. I got about 2,500 travel points right now. And it's sort of hard not to take a trip, but I switched hotels. So I switched hotels a couple of times. So I'm at one of the higher end hotels now. And so I don't have the vacation time to set up another trip. I'm debating on when and what to do, or just a weekend, but it isn't the same when you have all the benefits and all the perks in this company to just go take a 1.5, 2-day trip someplace. So that's the sort of the frustrating part. I have the ability, I have the travel points, I have all the opportunities, but yeah, the sky's the limit, and there's just so many options. I've taken 2 cruises to Ensenada, Mexico from Long Beach, California. And there's a 3-way tie with Cancun trips. 2 of them actually were incentive trips too. So people look at the incentive trips. You have so many wonderful opportunities with all the portals that we have, but just for breathing and getting in the company as a titanium or platinum, bam, here's a trip that's a 4-star, 5-star. That's a $2,000, $3,000 trip right off the bat for you without you even knowing how to use the portals. Cancun, like I said, was 3-way tie. I've taken 29 trips. I loved Orlando, Florida, and Daytona Beach, Florida, and Ormond Beach, Florida, and doing staycations in Las Vegas. But the 3-way tie is my Cancun trips. One was a boutique resort that I paid $385 for when it was supposed to be up to $4,400 for what I got, and it was 6 days. And boutique resort right on the beach. They had an infinity pool on the top and a pool at the bottom, and the amenities were great. The people were nice. It was a small community around us, and it was the tallest, biggest building in the community. It was in heaven. The only downside, I wanted to connect it to a world tour, but the world tour property was cut off. So I could not go to meet my fam, but I still had so much fun at this resort by myself and met friends there and made friends there and everything else. So that was great. My first time in Cancun was an incentive trip, 300-acre compound, private beach, 15 pools in one spot that were connected, and they had a couple other pools for the resort as well. It was called Vedanta Properties. Wonderful amenities, great people, and just had so much fun there. And those were the 2 incentive trips. Now, the one I paid for was the world tour, and that was the second time. And that was a great vacation as well. So, I mean, we have so many benefits, and 4-star, 5-star is not like 1-star, 2-star. you get to party like the rock stars. You get to just have so much fun. And like we always talk about creating memories, the people that you see on the screen, I became friends with. They're closer to me than my family at times. And this is just the beginning. So I mean, it's up to you to join the people that you see on the screen and just become friends with them. And like you said, you're making friends with people around the world. Shout out to Mamuda. She's in the UK. She's a close friend I haven't met yet face to face, but we talk all the time. And then shout out to Harold. He's in Canada. He's one of my newest partners. And so he's going to come to Las Vegas to the event that we have coming. There's just so many great things about the company and so many amenities that I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, but I like the hotels in Cancun more than the hotels I've been working in. I'll be quite honest. So I just love everything about the company, and I just wish everybody that's watching this broadcast could really experience what we are experiencing talking about this. It's just a great opportunity for you.
I mean, yeah, by the way, unbelievable stories, Kyle. And I love the story about obviously the Vedante property. You were at the Grand Mayan and you went to the one in Cancun. Gina and I went to the one in Puerto Vallarta. So we were at a Vedante property. We were at the Grand Mayan.
Almost I switched it. Yeah, I was supposed to go there, but they were still working on it.
Yeah, for everyone that out there, if you don't know what a Vedante property is, it's a top 5 resort in all of Mexico. I mean, not only is it the 15 swimming pools, all the restaurants, not only is it on the ocean, not only is the place amazing, but when you see the landscaping alone, it's like a Walt Disney production. You're gonna be like, holy, who did all this? I mean, when you see all of the hedges that are cut a certain way and all of the trails and the signs and the bridges, and it's crazy. You're gonna be like, this is out of this world. And that's just the landscaping. I mean, you're just like, huh. So it's that kind of an experience, right, guys? And that's part of the trip incentive. If you join tonight, you can book the very trip that Kyle was talking about. You got to wait 2 weeks. If you join tonight, 2 weeks from today would be the 19th of April. On the 19th of April, you could book it. And by May 19th, you could be down there sitting in the sun, sunglasses on, suntan on, drinking out of an umbrella drink, right? And then coming back and getting on our Zoom and telling everybody, guys, this was out of this world. Hey, by the way, Damon Ashley had asked the question on here. How much was the week long stay during spring break? I think was that the Atlantic City property?
Yeah. So the city, which was sold out everywhere else, $12 on our site, and I think with the total came to $199.
You're breaking up pretty. You're breaking up pretty good, real quick. So I'm going to ask you real quick because you're breaking up. Don't tell the story. Just tell the price. How much was it? And Vitamin. he obviously had a bad connection. He may reconnect. While we're waiting for him to reconnect, and by the way, Ashley, he's told me the price in past. I think it was less than $200. I almost want to say, oh, here he comes back again. And while we're waiting, we'll get that price for. While we're waiting for Damon to connect. In the meantime, I connected my buddy Jeff Trayfoot, as you guys could tell, is driving his big rig down the road as we speak, right? Driving down the road, on the road again. Anyway, got his headset in, right? Safety first. But Jeff, eyes on the road, but buddy, your business has boomed. Your team's on fire. And you guys have got a couple of incredible stories from our travel, obviously with your buddy Chris, and then the trip you guys just took. If you don't mind, just for the benefit of everybody here, tell people about the travel you've enjoyed.
Oh man, it's amazing. Kyle, I've been hanging out in your town. I'll get that out. I was just left Vegas and I'll be back in Vegas tomorrow. Always good to visit you guys. But it's been, God, we made one impromptu trip to San Diego last September, and that was our first actual trip that we took. with the company, and my wife was sold just on the amount of savings that we had just from that one trip. I mean, I know you're cutting into the time, so I won't get into too many details, but we saved probably with the hotel and the rental car, we probably saved almost $2,000 for the week we were in San Diego. And then we went for my birthday weekend. We were in Florida. We were staying in Orlando, and her daughter bought me tickets for the Daytona 500, which is basically the Super Bowl of NASCAR, and trying to find hotels anywhere from Orlando to Daytona, anywhere in that area, they were pretty much non-existent or
Sold out. Yeah.
sold out, or they were charging 4 arms, 2 legs, and 3 kidneys. We went there. The place we stayed at for the getaway was 8 days, 7 nights, and they were trying to charge, I think it was about $1,500 for the stay. And in our back office, the getaway, we paid $540. And then the rental car we had for the week, we paid just under $300. And Heather went on the actual site that we use, the rental car company that we use through our back office. On their site, they were trying to charge normal people for that same week about $1,500 just for the rental car alone.
And so you save roughly $2,000.
Another $2,000. 2 trips, we've saved probably about $4,000.
And plus you have all the points building up for all the other trips you're going to take.
Plus all the points. And yeah, you're right. I did get a chance to look in the back office while I was getting unloaded at Costco a little bit ago. That's why I missed your invite. And yeah, the number is just staggering of what it's doing.
How many on the team now?
869.
So you're driving down the road, watching your team get bigger every single day, and your team's almost 1,000 people.
Well, let me just quickly go into the power. I mean, Kyle tells the amazing travel stories. They're out there. If you're looking for the travel savings, you're not going to find anything better. For those of you that, are looking to make a little bit of extra money, or maybe like Todd says, full-time income. I mean, you're either a W-2 earner or you're a business owner. I've been a business owner myself now for 20 years. So we make good money, but as the saying goes, we don't own the business owns us. And a prime example, I just told Todd about it the other day, my truck went down on Friday. And so I limped it back to Phoenix, spent all weekend in Phoenix, not making any money, put the truck in the shop and got the bill for it. And it was $12,500. So not only did I not make any money all weekend, now do you think a small business is going to be affected by a $12,000 bill? Where that's why I told Todd, I said, the business is booming. It's really time, because I need a business that doesn't own me. I own it. I can afford to take time off, go where I want, when I want, with who I want. That's all I got on that, Todd.
Well, Jeff, hey, drive safe. Thank you for sharing the stories. Obviously, 2 amazing trips. Your team's on fire. And again, you're 100% correct, guys. This is about freedom. It's about doing what you want, when you want, with whom you want, anytime you want. And Gina, I love the thing you posted just the other day. I don't know if I saved it or if you have that convenient, but it was on the stories. It basically said that entrepreneurs are these crazy people who trade a little bit of their money and their talent to go out and create freedom. And other people trade their freedom for money. And guys, this is about freedom. It's about being able to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, anytime you want. It's not that hard to get. You only need a team of 376 people to make over $100,000 a year. And for almost every single person in the entire planet, $100,000 a year is enough money to let you do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. It may not be all the money you want, but I mean, again, for most people, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes time to make money. Okay. It takes time to make money. Some people, the reason they can't make any money is they got no time. This business was specifically designed for people with no time, specifically designed for people with no money. You can come here with no time, no money, no contacts, no business being in business, and you can come here and you can win. You can tell a few who tell a few. By the way, Damon, I want to go back to you real quick. How much was it for that trip in Atlantic City where you had the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, full kitchen, overlooking all of Atlantic City, seeing the ocean, jacuzzi tub in the middle of your place? You paid how much?
Yeah, $112, Todd. Yeah,
$112.
112, and it
Now,
was absolutely amazing. Yeah,
by the way,
absolutely.
$112 a night would be an incredible place for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, full kitchen, overlooking the ocean with a jacuzzi tub. But I got a feeling you don't mean $112 a night.
No, absolutely not. We go for the whole week special for the $112, and that was during spring break weekend. But I couldn't even find that room on Booking or Expedia websites. Trying to do a price comparison, there was no comparison.
Absolutely incredible. So, hey, guys, I know we're at the top of the hour. Jeff, thank you so much. Be safe. Kyle, 29 trips, amazing. Damon, I know you'll find another jacuzzi in another room coming soon. Can't wait to hear about your next adventure, your next trip. By the way, me and Gina are off to
July 11th.
Yeah, July 11th. That's right. Yeah. So me and Gina are off to Cabo tomorrow. We'll send you guys pictures and stuff from our trip to Cabo. But have an incredible holiday. Danny Seguinal will be here tomorrow night. Danny Bling Bling, 6 o'clock California time, 9 o'clock East Coast time. By the way, Danny is still in France. If you guys don't know who Danny, I'm just gonna tell you a story real quick. Danny worked at the hospital in Canada. He loved to travel, became a customer only of our company for an entire year, saving a fortune. Suddenly realizes, you know what? I want to make money. How many other people want to save money and travel like me? Starts telling people, business booms all over the world. Now he's making a multiple six-figure income. So he quits his job. He doesn't have to work anymore. Can do what he wants, when he wants, with whom he wants, anytime he wants. He's up in Canada, begins to snow. He's like, I don't like snow. I don't like cold. I got a multiple six-figure income. What am I doing here? What's wrong with me? Decides to come to California for 6 months, hangs out here. His visa expires, has to leave California. Driving him to the airport, he leaves his Mercedes in my driveway in January of 2022. He goes to Cabo San Lucas for 6 months, goes up, grabs his mom in Canada, takes her to Punta Cana for a month, takes his mom back, goes to the UK, the Maldives, Thailand, Bali. Me and Gina hook up with him again in France in August. We leave France, we go to Rome and other places. I can't remember where he went. We hooked back up with Danny like 2 months later in Mexico. We see him down there in Cancun. He stayed down there for a while. Then he went back. We just hooked up with him in Barcelona. He's still in France, by the way, and his Mercedes is still in my driveway. Now, guys, this is a really nice Mercedes. The guy travels so much, doing what he wants, when he wants. In 15 months, he's not had time to come back and pick up his own Mercedes, okay? If you want to live that kind of a life, where you can just leave your Mercedes somewhere in the world, I'll come back and get it at some point, right? If you want that kind of a life, tune in tomorrow night. Danny Bling Bling from France will be here tomorrow night telling you guys how to create freedom, how to, to build a business that can make all your dreams come true. Obviously, Good Friday is on Friday. On Saturday, we will have a training call. Daryl Roberts has got a whole list of people lined up already. Me and Gina won't be on. We'll be in Cabo, sitting poolside with an umbrella drink. On Sunday, that's Easter. There's not going to be any calls in honor of the Easter celebration. On Monday, we have an all-star lineup. You do not want to miss the Monday night corporate update call. The fastest guy ever to 3-star director in history will be on that call. An amazing couple. She had a goal to visit 50 countries by the time she was 50. She will be on that call. We have another gentleman win 2-star director in record time. He will be on that call. And again, it's an all-star lineup Monday night. You don't want to miss it, guys. Appreciate all of you. Have a great evening and God bless. Thank you, Miss Gina. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Easter.